Good afternoon, students. Yet another video, the last video on issue of shares perhaps, unless more demands will come. We will straight away start with a complete sum. The sum is for feature of shares a complete sum, full sum. This is the sum. Asset Limited with an authorized capital of 5 lakhs divided into 50,000 shares of 10 each. Issued 40,000 shares payable as follows. 1st April, rupees 5 on application, rupees 2 on allotment, and then premium 2, that means 4 on allotment along with one premium. On 1st October 2017, rupees 3 on first and final call. People applied for 45,000 shares and pro rata allotment was done. Let's do up to this first. These 3 entries. Application money received of how much? 45,000 shares. 45,000 shares application money received, and application was of 5 rupees each. So 45,000 into 5, 2,25,000 money rupees received. April 1 only. Share application to share capital to share allotment. Nothing but we are transferring the application money to the share capital. Company has asked only 40,000 shares. That's why only 40,000 shares are transferred to the capital, and excess money is transferred to share allotment. That is the meaning of pro rata allotment. Now we will make the pro rata Now we will make the allotment due. Allotment is 2 plus 2, 4 rupees. That is 2 rupees on capital and 2 rupees on security premium. And how many shares? 40,000 shares. So this is the due entry for allotment. Share allotment account debit 1,60,000, to share capital 80,000, and to security premium reserve 40,000 into 2, that is 80,000. Now we will be making the next entry for which some informations are given. Karan, the information is like this. Karan holding 2,000 shares. He was holding 2,000 shares, failed to pay the allotment and calls money. Now when Karan has failed to pay the allotment and calls money, we have to find out how many shares Karan has been applied with. Means how many shares he has applied, and then company has allotted him 2,000 shares. So we know the formula like this. It's applied applied is 45,000 shares, and allotted how much? 40,000 shares. Allotted 40,000 shares. Allotted 40,000 shares. Now if the apply is, now what is given in the question? 2,000 shares Karan has been allotted. So we write 1 over here, whatever information is given, we have to find out the number of shares applied. If 1 I write over here, then as per the unitary method, it becomes like this. He has applied, if he has been allotted 1 share, he has applied 45 by 40 shares. Means more than 1 shares. He has been allotted 2,000 shares. So he has been allotted 2,000 shares, and he must have applied for 2250 shares. When you will solve this, you will get 2250. So he has been allotted 2250 shares. Now, as he has been allotted 2250 shares, he must have given 2250 into 5. That is 11,250. He has given the money to the company. At the time of application, only 10,000 is used. Why? 2,000 into 5. 10,000 is used only. Only 10,000 is used at the time of application. And extra money, that is 1250, is transferred to the allotment. And where it has been used? This allotment money is used in 2 places, I have told you before also. Either in the capital as well as in premium. How much in capital, how much in premium? The rule states entire money will first go in capital. If any money extra will be left, that will be transferred to security premium reserve. at the time of allotment. You remember, for 2000 shares, the due amount for capital is 4,000 and premium also 4,000. But the money left is only 1250 extra. So entire money will be used in capital only. No money has been transferred to security premium reserve. Remember this. Because section 52 states that security premium reserve once received will never be debited. So we understand that allotment money, this current 2000 share, not a single penny has come for security premium reserve. Let's see the working note about call scenario. So we got 2250. 2250 was 11250 was the extra money which we have received. 5 rupees per share was 5 rupees per share was received for application. So 11250 is the total money received. Money due till allotment 18,000. So your call scenario is 6750. This 1250 was the extra money which you have received at the time of application. That is seen over here. See, 1250 is extra money which you have received at the time of application. This 1250 is only been transferred to share allotment. Your call scenario we can find out by one more method. Allotment due was 8,000 minus 1250 already received 6750. Both the methods are shown. We will just pass the journal entry now. Journal entry is bank account debit. That will be the balancing figure. Call scenario 6750, not 8,000. To share allotment 1,35,000. Now why 1,35,000? Share allotment should have been debited with. It's already debited with 1,60,000, so it should be 1,60,000. 25,000 already we have credited, my dear. So friends, see, it will be 1,35,000 over here. That is 1,60,000 minus 25, 1,35,000. Now the easy entry. First call we make due 3 rupees per share, 1,20,000. Then we are receiving money. Karan has not paid the first call money also, so his money is due. 2,000 into 3, 6,000 is due. Rest of the money we have received. Then these shares are forfeited. Entire shares are forfeited. In that condition, the journal entry is share capital account debit, SPR debit, 2 call scenario, 2 share forfeiture. Yes. SPR debit, why? Because we have made due, but the persons have not paid any money. See over here, 1250 only we have received extra. Not a single penny for security premium reserve we have received. That's why entire security premium, that is 2,000 into 2, 4,000 is being debited. If any money you would have received, suppose people would have given us extra over here 5250. That means 1250 extra. That 1250, if I would have already received, I would not have retained this one 4,000, but minus 1250 I would have retained. That means this would have come 3750. The simple reason, section 52 states, security premium money once received will never be debited. See my other videos for the further clarification regarding this, the previous video. Share capital account debit, 20,000, the amount due, which we are cancelling now, entire 10 rupees. Call scenario 6,000 plus 6750, 12,750, and forfeiture to share forfeiture the balancing figure again, that is 11,250. That is the share forfeiture amount. Balancing figure. Now these shares are reissued. Out of this, 1,200 shares are reissued. Out of 2,000, 1,200 shares are reissued at rupees 7 per share. So this is the amount. 8,400 share forfeiture, 3,600 to share capital, 12,000. 8,400 is the money which they have given. This has nothing to do with pro rata allotment, nothing. This is the most simple entry. This reissue entry is the most simplest of all entries. At what price they have reissued? 7 rupees. How many shares? 1,200. As fully called up or fully paid up, so 10 rupees per share. 1,200 into 10, 12,000. share forfeiture, you can say balancing figure, or you can say 10 minus 7, 3 rupees. So it is always compared with par value, that is 10 rupees, 10 minus 7, 3 rupees. 1200 into 3, 3600. Please close it. 3600. That is the share forfeiture debit. Now we will be transferring the money to capital reserve. Share forfeiture to capital reserve, that is the entry. We know our formula. 11250 was the total share forfeiture credit. Please see, total share forfeiture credit was 11250. This one, 11250. This 11250 credit divide by number of shares forfeited 2000 into number of shares reissued 1200 minus debit in the forfeiture 3600. That is the formula. So we got 3150. After that, we have prepared the ledger accounts. Share forfeiture, very important ledger account. Share forfeiture to share capital. See, share forfeiture to share capital. This one to capital. Capital reserve 3150. This one to share capital. Share forfeiture to share capital. This one. The reissue entry, and at the time of forfeiture, that entry was 11250. And what we will be writing in the debit now? Share forfeiture, we will write entire share capital only, not security premium reserve. Because if you would have received security premium reserve, that would not have been debited. Security premium reserve journal entry, let me show you how security premium journal entry is shown. At the time of forfeiture, security premium money is not received. So at that time, the journal entry is SPR to calls in arrear. Remember it, SPR to calls in arrear, the entire amount, 4000. SPR to calls in arrear, we cannot write SPR to share forfeiture because SPR only comes when you do not receive the money. And forfeiture, we write what we have already received, that's the income. So we cannot have SPR to share forfeiture. Next, we have the security premium reserve entry. 2 calls in arrear 4000. See, 2 calls in arrear is written. And by share allotment, at the time when we have received we have made the due allotment entry, 80,000. To balance carried down, 76,000 in SPR, the balance is left. The balance in share forfeiture is 4,500. This is those shares which we have not forfeited, which we have forfeited but not reissued. This 4,500. 3150 is actually we have reissued and transferred to capital reserve. Let's see, our bank account is also there. Share capital is similar. Bank account, just we have done the ledger posting, and calls in arrear we have done. We will just see our balance sheet now. The authorized capital 5 lakhs, 40,000 company has issued. Company has got 39,200 shares. Why 39,200? 2,000 shares were forfeited and 1,200 reissued. So 38 plus 1,200. So 39,200 into 10, 3,92,000. Subscribed but not fully paid up. Those shares which we have not reissued but forfeited, that amount 4,500 is there, share forfeited account. We have got through our ledger account. Calls in arrear, there is no calls in arrear left in this case because all the shares were forfeited. So this is our share capital account. Now our reserves and surplus, security premium 38,000 into 2, because rest of the 1,200 shares we have reissued at a discount. Capital reserve, we have transferred 3150, 79150. Cash and bank balance, the balancing figure 4,75,000. See the balance sheet now. Debit side, that means liability side is 4,75,000, and your cash and bank balance is also 4,75,650. Note 1, 2, and 3 we have done. Now we have the homework. This is your homework, students. Please do it and send it to me. And in the comment section, I will be able to see the solution. Please do write to me so that I should get more encouragement in doing these videos for you all. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and all those things you do. Thank you. Thanks for watching. My issue of sales chapter is completed. Thank you, students.